About time as good as any to get going here. I'll bring down the background music a bit, letting the song play on out. There we go. Bring it down just a hair more, letting it play on out. I have absolutely no idea what it sounds like on replay. I know it's just not blaring in my headphones. Let's see, where do I want to start? Okay. There I go. I think I've got about, okay, I got this here, got that there. I'm going to let the music fade on out. There we go. Nice music faded out and tuned down. There we go. Well, thank you all for joining me tonight. Not the first show in some time. The second show. After taking a wee break from having to deal with some family issues and whatnot. Things are always rough when you have a family member pass on, but things move on. Oh, Carla. Hi, you're here. Oh, good to see you in the chat. Thank you for catching me live. Very nice to see you here tonight. As I ramble on and talk about some TV shows that I have found myself enjoying again. Let's see, might as well get back into it here. And let's see, where do I want to go to? Yes, tonight's topic for my live stream is TV shows. Well, let's see, two new, kind of new TV shows and one not so new TV show. The first one I'm going to start off with is the not so new TV show, and that being Castle, starring Nathan Fillion. Let's see, where are we going here? I'm going to set it down. Which tab do I want to share? I'm sharing this one. Oh, anyway, Castle was a Nathan Fillion TV show. Let's see, when did it air? It aired. Yes, you can tell I am organized tonight. Yes, 2009 to 2016. My brother and I both enjoyed sci-fi and fantasy TV shows. So when we were watching Firefly, we were really enjoyed the lead actor on Firefly, Nathan Fillion. So we started watching other shows that he was in. And Castle was one of the ones we came across. It was pretty different. Oh, Carla's saying you love Castle. Ah, very cool. Yeah, it was a different role for Nathan. Of course, it was your standard police procedural show. So yeah, don't expect much. But what really kept this series going was the acting, the writing in some regards. I mean, yes, it was formulaic. Yes, it was a police procedural, and depending on how you feel about police procedural shows, they can either be really, really good or really, really bad. Hardly ever will you find something in the middle or in between. Fortunately, this was closer to the really, really good end of the spectrum. Let's see. Cast. Oh, here we go. Nice cast photo here. We have Nathan Fillion, of course, starring as writer, novelist Richard Castle. The crazy, out of this world premise for the show was a mystery writer, novelist starts shadowing a police detective because he's writing a new series of murder mystery novels where the police detective is his muse for a new character he's writing, much to her chagrin. And the detective is Stana Katic, opposite of Nathan Fillion. Let me see here as I. Here we go. Okay, my mouse pointer, of course, Nathan Fillion, Stana Katic, Susan Sullivan playing Richard Castle's mother, John Huartis playing homicide detective Javier Esposito, Seamus Dever playing homicide detective Kevin Ryan, and then Molly Quinn playing Alexis, Richard Castle's daughter. And of course, you have Tamala Jones playing the medical examiner. You have Ruben Santiago Hudson playing the police captain. So yeah, this was a really nice cast. There are a lot of standouts in this show. Very good writing. Off the wall, offbeat theories that Castle sometimes comes up with as he tries to assist the detectives in solving the murder of the week formula that the show has. Another thing that I really liked about the show is the relationship, the father-daughter relationship between Richard Castle and his daughter Alexis. That really felt genuine to the show. Sometimes relationships like that can come across as forced or heavy-handed, but yeah, this one was really good. Oh, checking a chat here. And the bromance of the two detectives. Yeah. Really, really good. Oh, and Carla also says Nikki Heat. Yes. That is the new character that Richard Castle was writing that is based on Stana Katic's detective, much her chagrin. At first, and the first season kind of sets everything up, of course. First few episodes, he has to endear himself on not only the detectives but the police captain And as crazy it is, the only way he was able to get into the police department is because he's really good friends with the mayor. So yeah, he has pull with the mayor. He gets in good with the police captain and with the detectives, and slowly builds a relationship with them where they're not looking at him like a uh, untrusted outsider. Yeah, everyone had great chemistry. It's really good. I'm rewatching this show. This is one of the shows I really enjoyed watching with my older brother, and now I'm rewatching it again with my mother since she's never watched any of it. So this is kind of a treat, kind of catching it again and remembering a lot of things that I had forgotten the first time around, because it had been some time since this show first aired. It did come across, when was it? Like I said, 2009 to 2016. Yeah, so it's been a bit since Firefly and all the other things that Nathan Fillion has been in. And as I'm taking a quick look here at his Wikipedia, oh goodness, Firefly 2002. Wow. That just kind of hits me every time I look at it. Firefly was 22 years ago. 22 years ago. Where does the time go? My goodness. Of course, Firefly, Castle. Um, what else has Nathan Fillion been in? Bunch of shows I haven't really taken the time to watch. The Rookie. Right after Castle ended, Nathan Fillion went on to another TV show called The Rookie, where a middle-aged guy went into the police academy and uh, became the oldest rookie on the police force or some such thing. I never really got that much into The Rookie. I tried the first season or two, and I was like, uh, this doesn't, I'm not digging this. I'm not vibing with this show. But Castle is quite enjoyable for you Nathan Fillion fans out there. Da, 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 da. Oh, in the chat, I see hello, Dad Man Walking. Evening. Heard great things about Firefly. Yeah, Firefly was a great show. One short season and then one movie to kind of wrap things up. Carlos says, we just finished watching Monk and now I'm watching Psych for the first time. Oh, goodness. Yeah, Psych was another good one. Monk was a good show. I've seen both of those all the way through, every episode. Uh, you just finished watching Monk. Have you watched the Monk movie? That Monk movie where they kind of reunited all the cast members. That was a really good movie. That was a movie reunion well done. I mean, that's how you do reunion movie specials like that. I mean, that was really good. I can't say enough good about that last Monk movie. A really nice way of wrapping the series up and sending the character of Monk off. Well done, well done. That's a nice way to end that series. But Monk was a fun show to watch. No matter how you feel about the changing of the theme music from season 1 to season 2 onward, Psych was really fun. Yeah, Dad Man saying Psych was awesome. Didn't get Monk as much. Yeah, it was fun. Let's see. Yes, watched it, but it was really took us out because we just finished watching a Monk series and everyone was literally way over. Yeah, way older. Yeah. Yeah, time marches on, but it was a nice way to end that whole series and give that character a really good ending. So let's see. I'm moving on from Castle because I was touching on Castle and rewatching that and kind of enjoying it. Let's see. Sharing the IMDb page for Castle. They rank it at 8.1. That's pretty nice rating. Quite enjoyable. I think I am through partway through season 3 at this point. We're getting a good view of all the cast members here. Pretty good chemistry between the leads, even though I understand there was some uh, off-camera drama between the two. But oh well, kind of reminds me of all the drama that happened with what was that show from way back in the day, Moonlighting, something similar to it. Oh, and Carla saying, "Yeah, I may have cried a tad at the end of Muck." Yeah, yeah, you're not alone either. My eyes had allergies. Yes, yes, I'm going to say allergies, uh, making my eyes water and itch some, and I'm going to stick to that. But yes, very good ending. Let's see. All right, going to switch things up here and talk about a show. You know those TV shows you start watching and you just think, I'm not going to dig this show. I'm not going to get into this show that much. Let me make this, if I can make this image a bit larger. Yeah, there are TV shows you start off and you find yourself thinking, I'm not going to enjoy this show. I'm not going to relate to it at all. Um, this particular show I have up now is called Outer Banks. Started in 2020. I started watching it uh, a few months back, and I binge watched first few seasons, and then I binged the third season, and then I binged the fourth and current season of Outer Banks. Um, Teen drama type show. That's why I was thinking I wasn't going to get into it much. I wasn't really going to enjoy it that much. But then once you get into the premise of it, it was crazy. And this is a medium.com article. Why Outer Banks is my guilty pleasure TV show. Season 2 solidifies this as one of the most bingeable shows on Netflix. Okay, teenage characters dealing with teenage stuff like high school and whatnot, and then they have this quite literal globe-trotting adventure that they find themselves on as they are wrapped up in the hunt for buried treasure. Not just any buried treasure, but like buried pirate treasure and all that. And it's like the Goonies. It's like I don't know, the older crowd. I might say the Hardy Boys or Alfred Hitchcock's Three Investigators, that sort of thing. Coming of age tale, teenagers going on the adventure of a lifetime. Let's see, digging into this article some. As the pandemic took over, we were all looking for a new way to escape. Netflix came to the rescue with Outer Banks season 1, releasing on April 15th of 2020. See, I completely missed this. I didn't find this show until, like I said, pretty recently. My family and I started watching it, like, let's see, maybe not quite last year, but yeah, we were catching up on it. Uh, featuring unsupervised teens who seem to only own bathing suits. Yeah, chasing treasure around a picturesque North Carolina island. Turned out to be just what the doctor ordered. Just 1 week after premiering on Netflix, the show quickly rose to become the most watched series on the platform. Pretty good writing, pretty good character dynamic. Um, Not much to it. It's not deep. Fortunately, what it lacks in character depth, it makes up for action, good pacing, uh, surprisingly good acting. But then again, uh, I started watching and I started thinking, well, who are these? What is this, a 20 something show? Because the actors are all like mid, late 20s. I think the lead actor is like in his early 30s, and they're all like playing teenagers. And like, okay, there's only so much makeup you can use on like wrinkles and whatnot, but it was enjoyable. They've got a lot of dynamics going on because the characters, you got the main character here. Let me see if I can click on this image. There we go. From right to left, you have Johnny B, the lead character. You have his best friend JJ, their friend Poe, their other friend Kiara, and their other friend whose name I'm suddenly blanking on. Oh, catching up with the chat. Carlos, have I seen Leverage? No, I haven't seen Leverage. I think I've heard of it, but I've not seen that one. And Carlos saying you're only season 2 or 3 of Psych. Okay, I find it funny because Gus Burton. Dead Man saying Leverage is an awesome show too. I will check that out. I'll jot that down so I'll look it up. That's cool. But yeah, getting back to Outer Banks here, you got the lead characters. All these guys get involved in this crazy hunt for like buried treasure, and it's nonstop action. Oh, Dad Man saying, sadly, you need to head sleep now. Good to see you live. Oh, very cool. Thank you for joining me tonight. Very cool to see you in the chat. Have a good evening. This probably won't be a very long stream myself because I've got a long day tomorrow and it starts early. So I'm just going to touch on a few shows I've been enjoying here. Let's see. Quirky plot. Now that we have established, so the only one that dove deep into season 1, I'll say it now, quickly became hooked as the article continues. Despite the quirky nature of its plot, the teenage aspects of the show, paired with a treasure hunt, combined to create a compelling plot. It's fascinating that it involved a goofy turf war between the Pogues and the Kooks. Basically, the rich kids on the North Carolina island and the poor kids, the Pogues, and the tension between the two groups, the rich versus the poor, kids who grew up on one side of the tracks versus the other side of the tracks, so on, so on. So you got some tension there. Everything revolves around Johnny B, the main lead actor here, as his father, who disappeared 6 months or so before the show starts and presumed dead, leaves some things like his journal and whatnot to him after he disappears, and he looks up his dad's journal and says, oh, my dad was on to finding this long lost treasure. And then some goons show up and start ransacking his dad's old place, and it's like, okay, maybe his dad was on to something. So he rallies his friends. They start looking for clues. much like the Scooby Gang in a way, hunting for clues, quite literally following one clue to another, looking at this treasure map that his dad left him. Uh, like I said, it goes crazy. Let's see. Let's see, as the article goes, instead of trying too hard and pulling the show in the direction of taking itself too seriously, it's hard to put into words other than say it's freaking works somehow. Yeah, somehow you can believe these teenagers just ditch school and start hopping around the world chasing clues for treasure, buried treasure someplace, or across the island that they're on. Season 2, 3, and 4 gets more involved with another treasure, and they definitely start globe trotting. And of course, they do deal with the real world consequences of like ditching school and ditching the responsibilities that they have and whatnot, get in trouble with the law. And there's other subplots and such. It was actually surprisingly enjoyable. I started the show thinking I wasn't going to get into it. It wasn't going to appeal to me. I was thinking, oh, it's just going to be another silly teen drama show, high school this, high school that. No, no, they steered clear of a lot of that and got into the hunt for buried treasure, then the hunt for pirate treasure. It was a fun ride. I just finished season 4. Let's see, where's this showing? Oh, Netflix, of course. Season 4, quite enjoyable. Let me see. I'm going to hop over to this because I was done with that article. I wasn't really boring you guys reading that. Netflix, 4 seasons so far. The 4th season ended on this unbelievable cliffhanger. I mean, if there's one thing that the writing does well, it is making certain moments suspenseful, or going from lull to suspense, that back down. It carries you up and down. You become invested in the characters, the silly stuff that they're doing, the interactions, the cast uh, grows as it goes from one season to the next. Oh, let me catch up with the chat here. I was seeing White Collar. That's a great show too. Yeah, well, I enjoyed White Collar. That was also a good one. This sounds very cool. Oh, yeah, I hope so. Hope you might find it interesting if you give it a chance. Let's see. I'm not going to go down this too much because that'll give away spoilers. Uh, they have a 5th season coming out. I have not seen exactly when the 5th season's coming out. They just recently finished the 4th season, so it'll probably be sometime next year. But you have 4 seasons to catch up on for those of you looking for something new and different, and something that you can suspend your disbelief and just switch off your brain and go with it and go, what are these 20-year-olds, high schoolers doing? But yeah, pretty fun, quite enjoyable. Let's see here. Switching gears a bit. Okay, this is one of the shows I am looking forward to. Silo. For those of us who have stumbled across this strange streaming network called Apple TV Plus and its offerings. Honestly, I keep forgetting about Apple TV Plus. Every so often, I think about Silo, or what's the other shows that are on it? For All Mankind, I think. There are like 2, maybe 3 shows I've watched on Apple TV Plus, and then I completely forget all about that streaming network. It's like, oh yeah, that's Apple's streaming network, the little network that would, maybe kind of, sort of get traction if people actually remembered it. But of course, Silo being one of the better known TV shows of theirs, Silo season 1 was really, really good. Now, as I pull up this article, this is Entertainment Weekly, or EW.com. As we get ready for Silo season 2, Juliet, and she finds herself in the fight of her life. I guess I should say spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen Silo season 1. But seriously, Apple TV Plus. I mean, this is really good. I won't go into too much. I won't spoil a lot of things. There's a lot of material going on. It's basically about an underground silo type shelter where people are writing out the basically the surface of the earth is okay. I see Carla asking what's the premise of the show. Let me hop back a bit and find Silo. Okay. Okay. If I can find this out here, I'll share this tab once I get it pulled up. There we go. Men and women live in a giant silo underground with several regulations which they believe are in place to protect them from the toxic and ruined world on the surface. That's like the quick synopsis that what is this? IMDb gives you. Basically, it's a remnant of humanity that are taking shelter in this giant underground shelter after events from, like, I don't know, 100 years or 200 years before made the surface of the earth uninhabitable, like a natural catastrophe or World War III or whatever. Humanity has resorted to living in underground shelters called silo. It was interesting. Oh, why do I like it, Pop? I like it because it was one of those post-apocalyptic shows that kind of bucked the trend of post-apocalyptic shows that are kind of dark and dreary. This one has a sense of wonder to it. This one has a sense of mystery to it because you're following these characters who have been underground for at least 100 years. They know the surface of the earth is uninhabitable, and they don't know much about it because something happened where all their records and all the reports and records from the previous civilization have been wiped out. So they have no history. They don't know how much longer they have to stay underground. They don't know when they're going to be free to go back to the surface. And let's see, one season so far. Oh, cast. Who's starring in this? Stars. Let's see. Oops, here we go. Rebecca Ferguson playing the character Juliet Nichols, who the show kind of centers around. Common playing Robert Sims. Tim Robin as the bad guy, or one of the bad guys, but you don't really know it yet. Let's see. A lot of actors are kind of familiar to me, but some aren't. So, yeah, pretty interesting premise for the show. Let's see. Dare I play the trailer? Let's see.
What's the big question? What if everything you know to be true was just one big lie?
Oh, I shouldn't be playing that because that's like a major spoiler. Let me find a trailer. Well, not a major spoiler. Let me see if I can find. What do we have here? Clips, season 2 trailer. This is.
Hey.
You're in early.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep. Got the damn leg cramps.
When you get your coffee, meet me in holding 3.
3.
Oh, have I seen Chuck? Yes. Yes. Quite enjoyed Chuck. The first thing I ever saw Zachary Levi in was Chuck. And here's another good actor I kind of have been keeping tabs on to see what he's been doing with his career. Quite enjoyed that show. Watched every episode of it from start to finish. Don't know if they'll ever come back with a reunion type show or a movie. I think there's been talk of it over the years, but it was good while it lasted, and it ended pretty well. Let's see. Carla's saying he used to be in Just Shoot Me, I think. Zachary Levi and Just Shoot Me. I'll have to look that up. I'm not familiar with that. There's a lot of stuff I haven't seen, but then I kind of keep to certain TV shows or certain genres. So occasionally I'll stumble across a procedural type show. And Chuck was one of them that I did enjoy. Plus, Chuck had Adam Baldwin in it from Firefly, which is also a nice touch. Yeah, a reunion show would be awesome. There's been talk of it over the years. I don't know if they'll ever actually do it. Depends, I guess, on Zachary Levi's schedule and everybody else's schedule. Plus, I think a lot of the cast have moved on. Be kind of interesting if they could come up with a premise. But anyway, Silo was a really interesting show. Yes, Hollywood is doing you a favor of putting out crap. Oh, and I don't want to. Yeah, I'll move that up. Yeah, so you don't have to watch, so you can catch up on old shows. Yes, I know it. I know it. There's so many good old TV shows from like 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So many good ones out there that um, I just find myself digging into because, like you said, there's just not that much good out there. There are actually a few things I'm looking forward to out on the TV horizon, like Silo, like the next season of Outer Banks. And let's see, I'm going to share this one now. This is Entertainment Weekly. Cobra Kai creators tease Quan and Tori in Barcelona. Yes, because we are getting really close to part 2 of season 6 of Cobra Kai coming out on November 15th. Just days away. We're days away from the last half of the final season of Cobra Kai. Now, you want to talk about incredibly good TV shows. This is something my family started watching. We just couldn't believe how good the show was. This was too good. No show should be this good. They did nostalgia perfectly. They brought the characters forward and they built upon the characters' history. and all that. This is, I'm kind of cold reading this article. I haven't really dug into this. You're about to, you started watching it. Yeah, yeah. I was about to ask about Cobra Kai. Yeah. You started watching it, but then decided you only want to binge it, not wait every week. Yeah. Cobra Kai. Yeah, it's binge worthy. I mean, my brother and I started watching on season one, and then we started on episode one. Then before we knew it, we're on episode 4 or 5. I was like, maybe we need to take a break now. But then it's like, no, you can easily sit through 3, 4, 5 episodes at a time, and it's like it's amazing. It draws you in. This is one of the best done nostalgia-driven series out there. It's perfect how they brought the characters forward, how they developed the characters' history, how they actually make you care about the characters, Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso. And then you just start adding to the cast. You bring back all the old actors. It's just one of the best done series I can think of. It's like I said, I'm kind of just breezing over this. I'm not wanting to read this article really because I want to find myself kind of surprised when I watch the episodes. So I'm kind of like, okay, kind of breezing the article, seeing some stuff. But yeah, you love it when Johnny found computers. That was perfect. Yes. Oh, yes, yes. Johnny Lawrence versus the laptop. And they had to take it back to the pawn shop because it was broken. It was dead. And the guy said, you got to plug it in. He was like, well, what do you mean you could plug it in? It's supposed to be wireless. Like, yeah. Okay, Johnny. Not too quick on the uptake there. Decades after, they're 1984. Oh, goodness. All good things come from the 80s. Well, a lot of good things come from the 80s. Decades after their 1984 All Valley Karate Tournament bout, a middle-aged Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence find themselves martial arts rivals again. And it has been so enjoyable. I mean, if you want to talk about a show that fires on all cylinders, it's this show. Every bit of dialogue, good pacing, good character development. And we're giving a great show. We're giving a lot of good bits about the characters, their backstories, what have they been doing since 84. And it's going to be sad to see it end, but it's going to be so satisfying as well. Like I said, this is part 1, July 18th. Part 2 of the final season, just days away, and it's going to be fun.
You have a problem with that?
Back this up here.
Sweep the leg. You have a problem with that? Listen, see.
This is William Zabka. And over 30 years ago, of the Cobra Kai roles in the new
No,
YouTube.
I thought it was going to be a trailer. Oh, well, no. What is this? Trailer? Nope. Let's see. Clip. I want to share any of these clips. Are these clips? What's this clip? Shozan teaches Daniel.
Many of us used to be enemies.
I am so looking forward to this show. Like I said, so sad to see it end, but it's going to be so much fun watching that. Let's see. What else am I looking forward to? Jump in again. Last article of the evening, because like I said, I'm not going to go too long tonight. Oh, everybody's going crazy over Stranger Things. Season 5 comes out sometime next year for its final season. Confirms a 1-year time jump. Let's see. I haven't dug into this article too much. Next year, we're officially going back to the Upside Down. A new Stranger Things Season 5 teaser arrived Wednesday as a treat for Netflix's Stranger Things Day, which always falls on November 6th, the day that Will Byers went missing in Hawkins, Indiana. The drop came with a few tantalizing confirmations. First final season of the runaway streaming hit will premiere sometime in 2025, but everybody's waiting on. Fans feared further delays as a ripple effect from the Hollywood actor and writers' strikes, but they can rest easy knowing that the remaining episodes will indeed drop next year. Ooh. Yeah, finally, this show will come to an end. I do like shows that are written with a definitive beginning, middle, and end. Unlike a lot of TV shows that get milked for all they're worth and drag on for like 10, 12, 15 seasons before they finally end the show from sheer exhaustion. Let's see. Carla's saying, from what I can tell, it's a lot of member berries for adults. Oh, Cobra Kai or Stranger Things or both? Let's see. I haven't read this article really. It's I have breezed through this article. It was a quick read. Didn't really say too much. It just said, yeah, season 5 is coming. This is all the stuff going on with it, what we're looking forward to. This was a quick read article. There's really nothing to this article. Stranger Things. Yeah. That has been a surprise runaway hit. I think that's probably one of these shows that brought a lot of people back to Netflix. That along with Cobra Kai. I mean, Netflix surprisingly has some good shows on there, despite the controversy that the streamer has surrounding them. Let's see, what else do I want to go? Oh, no, I want to save that for later. Okay. I was going to poke fun at some very badly designed movie posters, but I may save that for another time. Tonight's live stream, I'm kind of just touching on TV shows I've enjoyed in the past and what I'm looking forward to. Like, quite enjoyed Castle. Definitely enjoying it. Watching it again. Something that just took me by surprise was this Outer Banks TV show. Really surprising. I wasn't expecting much from it, but then found myself getting really drawn into it just by the characters and whatnot. Quite like a lot of shows out there I've watched in the past. I believe, what has people mentioned in the chat? There's been talk of Chuck, Chuck, I'm seeing White Collar. White Collar was a good one. Leverage. Leverage, I believe I've heard of in the name only. I don't know anything about Leverage. Psych. Psych was a good one. Going through everybody. Oh, Monk, of course. Much discussion about Monk. Then I got a bit of time here. Let me look up. What is this Leverage show? I'm pulling up Leverage here. I'm seeing 2008 to 2012. I'm looking at the. Let me go ahead and share this. If this is the right Leverage TV show, Nathan Ford and his 5-member team of thieves and hackers come together like modern day Robin Hoods and attempt to steal from rich and powerful individuals who take advantage of others. Aha. That's it. Oh, that's it, Carla's saying. Ah, very cool. Okay. It's a heist every week. Yep. They've got that formula down. Timothy Hutton, Gina Bellman, Christian Kane. I know that name. Leverage. Aha. Oh, yes. Christian Kane. He was in, I think the very first thing I saw him in was in Angel, a spinoff from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And then what else? There's something else he did, but I'm blanking on the name. I know if I click on the name, I'll pull up all the stuff that he's done. Known for this. Ah, there it is. Almost Paradise. Streaming on Amazon Prime Video. I believe there's, what is this? 1 season? 2 seasons? No, 2 seasons of this, I believe. Let me scroll down here to see if it shows a. It does not show. Okay, anyway, storyline for Almost Paradise. Former DEA agent Alex Walker, forced into retirement, moves to the island of Cebu in the Philippines. He purchases the hotel gift shop in the hopes of managing his stress and high blood pressure. But the wealthy and criminal element on the island keep drawing him back into law enforcement. So this was also a surprisingly good, if not incredibly average, police procedural TV show. It was fun. It didn't take itself too seriously. Let's see. I'm trying to find something that will show how many episodes or seasons there were. Oh, well, here, 2 seasons. 2 seasons. They go quick. Pretty fun to watch. Carla's saying he was amazing on Leverage. Okay, I've just added that to my to watch list. Okay, Leverage. That's got me interested now. Oh yeah, your husband told you about that, and get to it one day. You're talking about this this Almost Paradise. It's not bad. It's not bad for a police procedural type show. Different twist on it because you've got a former DEA agent who finds himself getting drawn back into law enforcement stuff because he finds himself as a consultant to the island's homicide detectives. Of course, these two we have here. If I can click on this, yeah. Police detective here, former DEA agent. So yeah, he gets drawn into it, finds himself assisting them with their cases. Pretty fun to watch. That just, yeah, once I saw Christian Kane, that just reminded me, is like, oh yeah, I've seen him as something else recently. Who writes it? Dean Devlin, Gary Rosen. Let's see. What am I doing here? I want to go Christian Kane. Then I want to go back down to Leverage. Creators Chris Downey, John Rogers. Okay. I can already tell this looks interesting. So once I'm done with Castle, I do believe this will be on my list of TV shows to watch or rewatch. I'm quickly running out of old shows to watch, or trying to make the time to watch. Let's see. How long have I been going on here? Okay, I've just hit the 1 hour mark. So I am I do believe I'm going to draw it to a close for tonight. Like I said, I've got a busy day tomorrow and it starts early, so you're pretty sure Dean Devlin writes Leverage. Okay, let me have a quick look back at Leverage. Series writing credits. Oh, there's a lot of them. Yeah, Dean Devlin is listed for one episode in 2008. And that's when the Leverage started. So I'm guessing it's probably the pilot episode he started on, or assisted written with, blah, blah, blah. I can't talk. No, I see it now. Series directed by Dean Devlin, 16 episodes. Series writing credits is Chris Downey and John Rogers. Okay, so Dean Devlin was involved quite a bit with it. But that's cool. Let's see. I want to say hi to everyone in the chat who dropped by. Of course, Carla, first one out of the gate tonight. Hi, Pop. I am here. Yay. And of course, Dad Man Walking dropped by. Very cool. Good to see you dropping by here tonight. Let's see. Who else? Carla, Dad Man. And I do believe that is everyone for tonight. Yes, yes. Great job, Pop. See you on Sunday. Very cool. Thank you for dropping by. Like I said, in my as I tweeted out earlier, it's like live streaming. Yeah, I got to get back into it. It's live streaming is like riding a bicycle, right? Except I kind of feel like I've forgotten how to balance and like how to do stuff. Like, what's this button do? What's this button do? Is my mic on? Yeah. And it's quite late for everyone. Yes, yes. I like to joke about weaponizing my insomnia sometimes, but there are times when I start dragging and start running low on steam. So, yeah. Sometimes I can go for like an hour or 2 hours or maybe close to 3 hours sometimes, but that's when I've got some energy to burn, but tonight I'm starting to feel it, so I'm going to end things here. I want to thank you all for catching me live, whether you're out there enjoying the chat like Dadman and Carla, or you've just been lurking out there, or you catch me on a replay. Thank you all so much. Let's see, where's my ending theme? Ending theme, where is it? There it is. So I'm going to put that. Stay good, everyone. Until next time. See y'all later.